I'm training for my next race, actually for my next 2 races, and it's kind of crazy because altogether, I've done 4 races. One of those aren't mine, it's my boyfriend's, but I've done a 5K, a 10K, and 2 half marathons. That's crazy. So currently I'm training for my next 10K and then a half marathon. Mind you, I've only been doing this for 1 year. So here are my beginner tips to start training for a race. I have 6 tips for you, and it's gonna move really quick, so keep up. I am no expert, okay? I am a new runner. I never ran track. I don't have an athletic background besides cheerleading, and some would say that's maybe not a real sport, but I digress, okay? Here are 6 tips to allow you to keep your strength while still training for a half marathon. Because if you're smart, you'll train for endurance and strength. But sometimes when you train for strength, you lose your endurance and vice versa. So when you're training for a race, you don't want to lose all of your strength. My first tip is to incorporate strength training. You want to make sure that your muscles are strong, right? You don't want weak muscles. Weak muscles will get you to an injury, and that would be crazy. Running strong is running smart. So personally, myself, when I am training for a race, I do 3 runs at least a week and then at least 2 strength trainings. Sometimes I do full body week, like 2 full body days. And then sometimes I do an upper and a lower, just depends. But that brings me to my second tip, have a plan. You can get a coach or an app. I use the Nike Run app for most of my trainings, and they have coaches that will chat with you in your ear as you're running, so it keeps you on track. It gives you little reminders, things to think about, helps your form. I found that really helpful when I was training. You could also hire a coach if you have the money for that. You want to create smart goals, right? Please don't be unrealistic when you're creating a goal. If you've never ran before, don't give yourself some crazy outrageous goal. The best thing when you're running is to slow down. But you want to start small and work your way up. You want to mix things up. You want to do like steady state cardio, also HIIT workouts. You want to incorporate those. You want to do things of getting your heart rate high, and then things that keep your heart rate low and steady. Track your progress. Third tip, rest and recover are just as important as the runs and the workouts, okay? Your muscles grow and repair themselves when you're asleep. So if you're neglecting your sleep, you're gonna often see that in your training. You're not gonna perform well, and you're also not gonna grow as a runner or as a strength trainer. Balance is so important between sleeping and training, eating. All of it's a good balance, okay? And as a mom, if you're a mom, I know it's hard to find a balance for yourself, but you just have to. Make sure that you're taking advantage of like foam rolling, massage guns, tennis balls, if you have a massage therapist that you can go to, but make sure that you're taking care of your muscles. I have a foam roller. It's really cheap. You can get one off Amazon or Walmart if you're against Amazon, but just rolling out every day and giving yourself a little time to stretch will really pay off in the long run. Fuel and hydration is my 4th tip. You want to pay attention to your fueling and your hydration before your runs, in the middle of your runs, after your runs. It's all part of the plan, and it will all pay off. Everything works together to make you great. Protein is great for muscle repair. Complex carbs is good for energy. Healthy fat is good because food is fuel, okay? Do not be scared of it. And when you're running, when you're training for endurance, you're gonna have to up your carbs. A lot of times I find myself that I do not lose weight when I'm training for like long distance running, and that's because I'm eating a lot of carbs to give me a lot of energy. Also, electrolytes are very important because if you're sweating, you're losing things, okay? And you need to replenish those things. I use Nuun electrolytes. Those are very good. No sugar, very good on the pockets. Also, BPN is good. I use BPN for electrolytes and carbs. Also, creatine, I get them from there. So BPN is a big one. And then Honey Stinger gels and waffles. I cannot eat the waffles when I run, but them gels, we can do it, okay? So you want to make sure that you're fueling, I don't know, some say 30 to 45 minutes. You do you. I do what feels good. You do you. My 5th tip, stay consistent. Nothing changes if nothing changes, okay? There are going to be weeks where you feel like you're doing great and you're doing amazing and you're skyrocketing. And then there's going to be days where you're like feeling like you're staying the same. But continue to put in that work and continue to just do the things that you know you're supposed to do. Eat, sleep, hydrate, and it'll all come together. It'll all come together. Give your body time to adapt to the hard thing that you're asking it to do, especially if you've never ran. My 6th tip is to make sure you have good running shoes, and that is a non-negotiable. If you cannot buy anything else, buy you some good running shoes. Your feet are going to take the brunt of it, okay? Blisters, toenails could be lost. You want to make sure that you are taking care of your feet. Good socks good shoes. How do you expect your feet to withstand all of that with crappy shoes? Okay, so do your best to get you a good pair of sneakers. I would advise, I went to the Wells running store and had a running gait assessment, and they were able to tell me how I ran and how my feet were hitting the ground and recommended some good shoes. I use Brooks. It's probably time for a new pair of Brooks because those Brooks have got me through all of my races, but nonetheless, get you a good pair of running shoes. One last tip is give yourself grace, because social media can be a lot. The things that you see online can be a lot, but don't compare yourself to anything and anybody. Just stay true to yourself and your journey. Give yourself grace. Nobody has the same situation. We all may have 24 hours, but they all may look a little different. So be nice to yourself and just keep doing the hard work, and I promise it will pay off. Good luck to you on your next race if you're running. I know this is really quick, and hopefully you were able to take some notes and get something from this. I will link below all of the things that I use to run, and let me know if you have any other tips for new runners or if you have any other suggestions. I know this is very short and sweet, but I just wanted to help somebody who's also training. Okay, bye. Love you.